Of having a sports car,
Yes,
I think.
yes.
Well, you got those in the trunk?
I also think that guy wants you to see that.
Yeah.
Like, if you got money for a $90,000 car, which is an insane amount of money to spend on a car, you got the money to put it in a garage.
Do me a favor.
Key it?
Steal those.
Wow.
Get those in here.
Get them in here.
Yeah, steal them. They're not his,
Hey, but he could have bought them, or maybe he stole them.
but they're sitting
also-
on city property. That's not a part of the car.
That's a good point.
I didn't know whose it was. It was left here.
The Corvette is the second fastest production car made in America.
Yeah.
There you go. What's the first?
The Rosian Q1.
That's
the
not
hell's
a
that?
thing.
I don't know. It sounds like some company that made 10 of these and then.
Yeah. No, I think I think like Seinfeld was saying that it's like a gross. It is like Porsche is the, Porsche and Ferrari are like the
They're cappuccino.
the artisanal, like the fine. There's romance. This is like we're fucking.
It's Dunkin' Donuts.
We're loud. We're American, and let's fucking rock. Baby.
The old ones were sweet though. The Stingrays, the one that had like the look like a shark coming out.
Sure.
Back in the 80s.
I'm not a big car guy. I don't know anything about cars.
Those dudes got laid.
No, that bubble, that rear bubble on the back window is awful.
Yeah.
Horrible.
You know what's a sweet whip is
Looks
that
like bad foreskin, and I would know.
the car they made in Ford versus Ferrari for the Le Mans.
Yeah.
That thing was tight.
Yeah.
How come they never made those things? Zipping around with those.
Nobody. I mean, I don't think like they're. I mean, it's like a rocket. What do you mean? Who's like, what the fuck? Dropping your kids off at school in that thing? I mean, there was one real
Steering wheel in the middle.
There was one real rich kid in our town, and he got a fucking Corvette for his 16th birthday.
That's crazy.
Man, he would drive that thing to school, pull up next to me in my 96 Chevy Lumina with the paint hanging off, dude. It was a tough look.
Finishing up a soft pretzel before you hit the books. Getting some protein in you. Okay, let's talk about Factor.
Shout out to Factor.
Gang, stop stressing over what to eat and let Factor send you fresh, never frozen meals that come straight to your door. We are big fans over here at Tootie's of the Factor meals. We all got our favorites. I like the meatballs with the summer squash, the little string, the zucchini noodles.
I'm a shredded chicken taco bowl man myself, well documented.
Got two in the fridge right now.
Choose from a weekly menu of over 35 options that are created by chefs and approved by dietitians. It's real easy peasy. You go on there. They got everything. They got pictures of everything. There's no because I'm a weirdo when it comes to food. I like to see what I'm ordering. I like to see what it looks like.
Sure.
And they just got a picture. Go, oh, that looks good. That looks good. Bada bing, bada boom. You pick what you want, out the door. Couldn't be easier to prepare. Just toss them in a microwave or on the stove for just 2 minutes, and dinner is served, baby.
Bang.
Everyone's different. That's why Factor has created meal plans that are perfect for vegans, vegetarians, people doing keto, high protein, counting their calories, whatever you want, head over there. So go to factormeals.com/garbage50 and use code garbage50 to get 50% off your first box.
50?
Plus 20% off your next box. God damn.
That ain't bad.
That's code garbage50 at factormeals.com/garbage50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next box while your subscription is active. Do it.
Do it. Okay, let's talk about Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Listen up, gang. Our pals over at Manscaped have partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to help spread awareness for men's health and early cancer detection. You gotta check the nuts. Do it in the shower. One man every hour, every day is diagnosed with testicular cancer. Perform a simple routine self-check at home while enjoying Manscaped products you use every day. Now that's thinking right there.
They're good.
When you're cleaning up, check the nuts.
Like with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the dual LED spotlights, you'll achieve better visibility, making every trim more precise and hassle-free. Waterproof with the wireless charging capabilities and a travel lock feature. This baby keeps your eggs smooth as butter, baby.
Huevos.
In addition to providing the right tools and solutions for comfortable and easy grooming, Manscaped is committed to raising awareness and giving support to fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer because they're good frickin' people. That's why they're donating $50,000 to the Testicular Cancer Society. Help save lives and balls by going over to manscaped.com/TCS and sharing their funny, educational, check yourself video. Well, maybe I'm listening. And while you're at it, grab 20% off plus free shipping with the code GARBAGE. That's code GARBAGE at manscaped.com. Because, like a famous American philosopher once said, take care of your mentals, your balls, and your chickens. Do it. That's neither here nor there, gang. We got a gosh darn family episode on our hands. When you sign up for the Patreon, we'll answer your garbage questions on the air, and we got 1, 2, 3 humdingers today.
Nice.
This was one Christopher, first time, long time. You ever charge your phone outside?
Ooh.
That is a jam.
toughest of the
He
looks.
said, felt like a real piece of garbage plugging my off-brand iPhone charger into the wall waiting for the train this morning.
Oh,
Dude, that's
man.
tough. Oh, you gotta do it. Everyone's done it. Looking for an outlet like a crackhead when you're either dead or at like 3%.
It's not that bad anymore, but for a while, that was like a part of life. No, everybody's phone was dying.
Everybody.
Right? Everybody's phone was almost dying. Yeah, charger. Working in restaurants, so many people. Can I charge my phone?
Which I feel that should be okay. Like, I understand that it's asking of you, and that aside, whatever, like, I understand it's not your job, but there should be, everybody's running on phones at this point. The bartenders, the waitresses, the owner of the goddamn restaurant has been in a position
Behind the bar.
where he's been out for 8 hours and was like, fuck, my phone's dying. There shouldn't be a taboo. I agree it shouldn't be your job, but there should be no taboo.
Behind the bar and the host stand, I think, are the only places you can ask. But a lot of people don't want to get involved in that because what if the phone gets stolen?
I understand. I totally I understand all the negatives to it, but also,
And also,
we're
too,
living in a goddamn society here. Juice me up.
let me ask you this:
so I can check my Instagram.
if you're a person
I'm a guy.
that uses a lot of juice,
I use a lot of juice.
okay,
Lemon.
is it not your responsibility? Okay, so there's two different sides to this coin. There's you walking up to the host stand or the bartender with just your phone saying, "Hey man, do you have a charger?" Or the gentleman move is you walk up with the phone and your charger and say, "Hey, can I plug this in somewhere?"
100% agree with that.
You got to keep a charger on you.
Not yet, but dude, this is what I'm saying. Everybody's been in a position where you don't have a fucking charger.
You're the most dead phone guy I know.
Am I?
You and Kibby are close.
I am up there.
I don't think so.
Maybe you're a second to Kibby.
I seldom ever need a charger from anybody.
Johnny Tough Guy all of a sudden is a weird hill to die. I never needed a charge, dude. My phone's always juiced.
I'll tell you what the real hero for an urban charge is.
Ooh, Urban Charge.
That's pretty good.
That's my new movie.
Outdoor dining. Because they often will have the Christmas lights. That's just an extension cord, baby.
Yeah.
You're plugging in,
Buddy.
Oh, I've dangled before.
I charged a weed vape on the street not too long ago.
Well, the homeless guys are charging up places. A lot of the
We have
scaffolding
in New York, they have the charging stations.
Where?
They have those little things with like the video.
I don't go near them.
Oh, of course not.
I don't touch them with a 10-foot fucking pole. But there should be a thing, and I understand it's not the restaurants or bars or whatever's responsibility, but we're living in a world where everybody could use some juice. There should be more power banks in a restaurant or a bar. Some of them have them.
They used to have them. They would charge you for it. You remember?
Yeah, I think it was like $1 or something. Which
Yeah.
I'd be happy if you're jammed up and I got to be out for a couple more hours or I'm waiting to meet somebody.
What bar did we used to go to that had that? You put it in like a locker.
Stand Up New York had it.
They did.
Yeah, those never really took off though. Those
Yeah.
But a lot of places just have it like Brooklyn Comedy Club. You go into the bar, they got like fucking 7 over there on the side. You
Oh,
just
do they?
fucking plug in.
Shout out to Brooklyn Comedy.
Shout out to Brooklyn Comedy Club. But there's got to be something's got to change here. We're just raw dogging and it's like you got to go. Do you have a charger? It's like this is a business. You're running on tablets, iPads. Everyone's got an iPhone.
Yeah, they have that for their employees for their products.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's not an Apple store.
I'm not saying
You're in there to
I'm
buy.
not asking to fucking buy a
You're
charger.
in there to buy a hamburger.
Yeah, and
Maybe
if you
some
want
wings.
if you want me to buy 2-3 rounds of drinks, I'm gonna need to charge my phone. You want to upsell me? Get the fucking let's go. No, I agree that I'm not saying it's their job. I'm saying as a society as a whole, we need to do better.
Tubby just charged his phone. I saw you making moves over there. Running out of juice. Have they figured out What does the Android charger hole look like? The male thing.
USB-C.
So it's
They're running on USB-C now too?
not the way the iPhone looks with the little teeth on it.
Oh, that's Toby dangling his charger outside, or his vape
That's
outside.
crazy.
That's homeless guy shit.
I know. We were outside of a show that didn't have a green room, so we were just like, it was like old school, stuck in the streets while the show was going on.
That's your nicotine pen?
No, it's weed.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That is dude, that's trash.
I know.
God damn.
Is that
I know.
graffiti on the inside of the building?
Outside.
No, that's like the hut.
Oh, okay.
The outdoor dining.
Listen,
I was
man,
confused.
I'm domesticated these days, but I'm an alley cat at the end of the day, bro.
Sure.
We spent too much time in the streets, dude.
Yeah.
Now,
gotta
if
stick
I
and
was
move.
if I was the restaurant manager, that would be I'm throwing you out.
Well, here's the
Hey,
thing,
I don't
Foley.
think he wasn't even at the restaurant.
Of course not.
Can't kick me off public property.
This was
Probably
ha-
use the bathroom too.
this was halfway down the block. I saw an opportunity. I struck.
I pay my goddamn taxes.
Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. But listen,
It's my juice, and I need it now.
we're in an electronical world. Everybody's got 2-3 fucking electronics on them at any given time.
Buy one of those packs.
Listen, I understand that. I haven't had to ask a bar or a restaurant in a long time if I can charge.
Never.
I try to stay on top of it. But people are touring. You're in a city. You're in a different country. Things fucking happen here. Come on. What do we do? It's New York City. You should be able to charge your phone. It's
Outside is
societal.
a tough look.
Damn.
I will say this: there's those stations where they have the lockers, you know, where you like can like pay money,
Yeah.
and they'll charge it.
Where'd you go? We
Yeah,
just talked about that 3
I think
seconds
he was
ago.
looking for his picture. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. That's my bad.
Tell
guys
me
just-
more, Toby.
You guys ever have that fake lemon juice to
My
deal
bad.
with that?
My bad. No, those things. There was just a whole controversy about those where they were stealing people's information.
I always worry about that when I get into an Uber and I ask for a charger if they could if they could get into my
Well,
phone.
this is funny you ask that. If it's not there,
Yeah.
if there's not one in the back seat for you, do you ask to use theirs?
Oh, always.
That's you're not that far off. That's
Hey,
like
man, you ever-
asking, that's like asking a bartender or a waiter.
No, that's part of the service.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. In an Uber,
That's not part of your.
it always says it on the back of the.
Not all. First of all, not always. That's not the narrative you're spinning.
in the
that
nice Ubers.
It's not 100%
and a bottle
guaranteed.
of water and some hard candy.
It's not 100% guaranteed.
Never touch those waters.
to use their charge.
Huh?
It's a service they can extend if need be, but it's not part. You're not paying for that.
I asked them.
That's what I'm saying. You're asking somebody to charge your phone. Why isn't your phone charged? This is the same thing.
That's not public though. That's a private thing between me and the Uber driver.
It's
I
a
think.
private thing between me.
We're
and
on the same
It's
team.
a private thing between me and the bartender. I see he's got a charger there. You see he has a charger
There's
there.
not 50 other people in that Uber with me. It's just me and him.
What does that mean? He's got 50 people a day.
We're
asking to
doing
use
it in private.
What
You're
does
doing
that
it in public around other people.
If I ask a bartender, that's between me and him.
That's a safe space.
You're just making this up. This makes
I'm
no
not.
sense. What do you mean a safe space?
Between you and the Uber driver.
I have a safe space between me and the. Who cares if there's a guy 20 feet away?
You know what I'm talking about, right? You
Yeah.
feeling me on this?
Well, yeah.
One's in public and one's in private.
You're in pub.
You're
No,
a private vehicle.
I agree with Kippy.
Yes.
Bastard.
But my
Dude, you're paying for a ride, not a guy to give you a ride and charge your car.
And you're
I'm
paying for a hamburger, not to charge your phone.
I agree. So you're on in that situation. You're me.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You're asking a guy whose job it isn't to fucking charge your phone to charge your phone. I'm doing the same thing, but I'm a bad guy.
Just give that a Google. Uber Black services offered. See if charge your phone comes up.
All right.
If that's one of the things.
It says makes little men feel like big shots.
Yeah. No, point-to-point travel with up to 4 passengers or request Uber Black SUV up to 6 passengers. There, that's it.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
I don't like the way you worded that.
What?
This is a setup all the way.
But to my point, I don't use random cables in Ubers because now
Can they do that?
they have cables where in the bottom where it's just the little USB-C part, there's enough space for them to put in a chip that will suck all your information right off your phone.
Oh man.
Like emails, all that kind of stuff.
All of your info.
Man.
Pick.
Yeah, it's you should,
Hey, no, boy.
yeah, don't use those random charger stations.
good luck with
Use
the
your
nightmare,
network.
What do you
buddies.
mean? Oh, not random charging stations, but in an Uber?
Both.
Fuck.
But you'd be able to trace that back to the Uber.
How?
Technology, lasers, 3D printing.
AI, I don't know.
Man, that was a one-word KO, huh, buddy?
This guy's seeing guava juice.
I've seen videos of people at the drive-thru. When you give them a card, they'll take a picture of it on their phone.
Yeah,
your card.
my credit card information just got leaked or breached. It's like, what? I'm not living that fucking nuts. You know, if something happens, what are you gonna become a fucking lunatic and not? What? My phone's dying. I gotta go on fucking Twitter.
I don't like using ATMs anymore. I always feel the thing.
Oh, there you have.
And it's 7-Elevens. I feel the feel the
7-Elevens are getting caught left and right.
Big.
Now,
who's doing that?
Because they're individually owned, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're individually owned, so it's like.
Who's doing that? Is that you think that's the employees, or is that just somebody coming in? Hey, what's that? And then they switch
I think
the
it's
thing.
the employees.
Damn.
And the owners sometimes.
Yeah.
Because now they're gluing them on. So it's not the same thing where you can just pull it off. A lot of times they'll be glued on now, so you can't even. It won't.
Gas
come in the game.
stations too. You see people do it.
Back to flip phones. Let's go.
I'm in. Sign me up. All right, let's see. Back to the queues. This one's from St. Louis Broad. How are you? $10. Is it garbage if your local head shop growing up was also a bait and tackle shop? You could get a bong on the one end and a couple worms from the other. That's crazy. I mean, that's... The Taco Bell KFC was making waves. This is fucking all-time marketing.
You guys had head shops growing up?
Yeah.
Where? You have to go to Philly for that.
Philly, there was one in New Hope we would go to.
This is like when weed was still illegal.
Illegal.
They just sold bongs and
For tobacco purposes. And if you mentioned weed or keef or anything, you got tossed. We got tossed out of Artifacts on, I think it was on Cotman Ave, down the boulevard, because my buddy goes, "Is that the one with the keef catcher?" And she's like, "Oh, get out!" I was like, "Buddy, we're 16. What are you doing here?"
My buddy used to work at a head shop on Wilson and Montrose in Chicago, a very cracky area. And I would go in there and hang out and watch him just fuck with crackheads all day. It's a good time.
I remember
very
the first.
cracky area. That's pretty good.
Speaking of this, is very.
The neighborhood's a little cracky.
It's coming up though. It's got a little more cokey.
There is some meth. It's nice.
Speaking of leaving a dollar dog night one night, we were going home. We stopped at a gas station down there in South Philly, like by the stadiums, like right by Tony Luke's. And
Tony Luke Jr.'s.
Tony Luke or whatever it was or is.
Fine.
There's
product.
a Sunoco right there in the corner, and we stopped there. I ran in to get heaters or something, probably, and the guy in front of me, I didn't know they smoked. They sell the roses.
Yeah.
With the little glass tube at the bottom. And I was a young whippersnapper from the suburbs. I didn't know, And there was a cop. It went like a crackhead, a cop, me. And the guy didn't want to sell the glass. The crackhead woman came in and asked for a flower. And he didn't want to sell it, thinking like he was going to get in trouble because the cop was there or whatever. And the cop's like, he's like, I can't. I mean, no, those aren't for sale or whatever. And the crackhead's like, just fucking, she already had the rock, so she was fucking.
Sure.
She was chomping at the bit.
Clock's ticking, dog.
He was chomping at the bit, and this
Been
guy
there.
This attendant wasn't playing ball, and she was not having it.
Fucking act like you don't know me now.
So the cop.
Excuse me, sir. My mouth is not numb at all. It needs to be rectified.
And the cop went, "Just give it to her, man." She's like, "All right." She's carried out of the store, and I literally asked. I was like, "What was that?" First of all, I was drunk. I was like, "What was that all about?" The cop goes, "They use the little glass tube at the bottom." I said,
That's great. You're 16, drunk.
smoking crack.
Hey, you believe that shit?
Hey, lady, hold up. What do you got?
You run out of the store.
Let me get 5 on that.
We had there was a couple. They were like tough to get to though. Like you never knew. They were like Artifacts was a big one. That was the one in Northeast Philly that was like standalone. The rest were like in the back of a record shop or fucking.
Yeah, I don't remember having anything like that anywhere in the burbs. I don't remember where we got our bongs. I feel like some of them were ordered, made.
Yeah, I would say out of the back of magazines next to the X-ray specs.
Yeah, shit like that.
We would making bongs was
Yeah,
one of the funnest.
We would make X-ray specs.
Making bongs was an all-time
Real cool
thing.
dudes.
All-time thing.
Sure.
PVC pipe.
PVC
And
pipe.
it'll start melting. You got a cap. What's the cap going to be made out of?
Yeah, it was always that part that killed you, where the thing went in. You had to put like putty or something.
The joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used caulk. They were building the houses by us. We fucking
Bubblegum works in a pinch.
sure.
Or what you really want is a real light melt on the side of your water bottle. Light melt,
Sure.
pin, you just slide it through.
Yep.
Nice seal.
Yeah.
Did you get any?
I mean, that's disposable bongs.
Oh, sure.
Did any of your friends' dads have such a sophisticated workstation where they had a soldering iron? My one buddy did.
Yeah, we did. My
You
dad
did?
Yeah.
No kidding. Like the needle.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Or that, yeah. I mean, we had it. I mean, you know, a construction company, so there was everything. There was like a fucking welding machine and a fucking like soldering torch and stuff. I never told you that story. I had to make Saturn or something, and it was due the next morning. And I was like, I came to him and I made
It's
him
all steel.
I made him like solder. I had a thing with the rings, but I needed to get like the beads on it or something. And I remember it was an all-time moment I have of my dad in the garage. He's got the soldering iron because we had to like cut these rings, these metal rings, and he was going to solder them back. So he's got not the soldering iron, he's got the torch. So
Like a welding torch.
yeah, but like a soldering torch it's like a different temperature. So it's just like a big blowtorch kind of, and you have the soldering wire, and you like meld it as it goes, like how you would do like a copper pipe or whatever. And man, he lit a cig off the torch in the garage, and I was just like, man, you are a renegade. I was probably like 7 years old. So he's got a cig in his mouth, and he's soldering rings of Jupiter for me for like my third grade project. I was like, this dude parties.
I gotta get a thing of Munchkins too.
Yeah. He's like, why'd you wait till the last fucking minute? Hell of a joint though. The guy could solder.
I always thought that would be.
There's no way that teacher thought you made that.
Oh no. I bragged. I was like, my dad soldered this.
It was the specification. I always thought that was gonna be, if I ever wanted to do anything with my life when I was a kid, from like watching TV shows or like the smart kids that made those things, like maybe like, you know, like some of my brother's friends that were smart that did those, and then when it got to my turn to do that, whatever grade that was, I always wanted that to look really good. They went to Michael's, they got the stuff, they took the weekend and did it.
Yeah, no, never.
They never did it.
Never cared.
Those things looked so cool. When they were done right, man.
See it on the bus, or people were getting dropped off because he couldn't take it on the bus, whatever it was. Jimmy's dad's dropping him off because see him walk. It's like under a trash bag.
I just remember thinking, like, I put that on the table and I play with my spaceships with it, flying around Jupiter. Never. I don't even know if I ever made one. I think I had like 3 planets or something. I vaguely remember some argument, same thing. Wait until the last minute to do it, getting screamed at.
You're just Ralph Wiggum, dude.
Brutal.
Covered in paste.
Eating worms.
Eating Saturn. It's an apple. What are you going to do?
Well, if we were that guy, we wouldn't be us now. We'd be a fucking...
True.
We'd be an accountant or something somewhere, you know what I mean? I'm the kind of guy whose dad lights cigs off a soldering torch. That's who I am. That's what I care about. All right, this one's from Ryan. $10 homie, never had one read. Are you garbage if you met your husband on a radio station dating show and married him and divorced him 2 times? The second time was when he was in jail.